Okay, so let's look at the easier ones now, okay? So with major here, we've got, here's the easy string shapes. Diatonic, D is 2, 3, 4, A is 5, 6, E is 7 root 2, C is 3, 4, 5, and G is 6, 7 root. And pentatonic, we're just going to suppress the 4th and the 7th. So we've got 2 and 3 is D, 5, 6 is A, root 2 is E, C is 3, 5, and G is 6 root. Now everybody probably knows by now how to play the pentatonic. So the D pentatonic, I would do it just by shape. So this is like an S3 short and a split S2 long. Okay, we call it an S2C, not an S2 long, because it's the length is assumed, is understood, and that goes through the warp, so it has, the top part of it has to go up, and then finishing off with the D short pentatonic 2-3. Okay, so now with the triads, this is the new one to remember, is D is going to be the 3rd. That's the weird one. A is going to be the 5th. Root is on E, and root is on the G, and C is 3, 5. So no matter where we start, if we're saying in the C position, C is 3, 5. Okay. So we got C, and we have the G position. We'll do it by Chuck's good dog always eats Chuck. So we got Chuck's, we got the C, Chuck's, and then we have good is the G, so that's just the root. And then we have dog, which is the 3rd, always, which is the 5th, eats, which is the root, and then we have once again chow or chucks with the 3, 5. So that's how we're going to do it. And then with the minors, the only difference is 5 goes to 6. So we've got the same 3, but in the A shape, we're going to play the 6 instead of the 5th. C, we're going to not play the 5th because we're going to play the 6, so the G becomes, the string shape for the G becomes 6 root. And you'll see how easy this makes it all. Okay? So let's look at these string shaped circles here. And of course, before we zoom in on them, so we've got the majors here and we've got the minors here. And this is a lot of the other chart, right? So once again with the minors, with D minor we're gonna use the its parent F shape, 4th shape. With E minor we're gonna use the 5th shape like that, and the parent, of course, with the A minor we're gonna use the parent shape there. Okay, so we had enough of that in the beginning of the lesson, so we're not gonna skip that part. So we have the circle of major diatonic string shapes. Okay, that's the easiest one, believe it or not. Now this is going to count 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2. So C shape is 3, 4, 5. All right. G shape 6, 7 root. And then D shape is 2, 3, 4, and A shape is 5, 6, and E shape is 7 root 2, and 3, 4, 5. You can solo with a backing track. Just knowing that, you're just going to put those string shapes together, and we also have to pay attention to how to move up and down, and to the right and to the left. So to the right we go in cage. So if you're in the C shape, you're going to go to the A shape next by sharing. The outer note becomes the inner note of the A shape. Okay, going to my left, we're going to go in a ascending pentatonic scale, which is the cage spelled backwards, right? So it's, instead of C, A, G, E, D, it's C, D, E, G, A. So C string shape here in pentatonic, we're going to go from C to D, so it's going to be 2, 3, 4. So they share the 3, 4. C shares the 3, 4 with D when we're going that way. So you want to know that too. That's why they're modularized like this. Okay, so that's how you can play along once you know the key of the song and just kind of use your ear for the rest of it, right? So then we have the circle of major tritonic string shapes. Okay, so here I'm covering this, right, and we looked at this before. So C is 3, 5, and then G is just the root, and then D is the third, okay, and the A shape is the fifth, and then the E shape is just the root, and then C is the only one with 2. But when we go to minor, okay, okay, so it'll be, here's the pentatonics, but I want to skip to minor here, the circle of minor triad string shapes. It's just going to be 5 goes to 6, okay? So the G is going to have 2 notes on it and a dash dash, and the C is only going to have the 3. So how does that work? Let's say we're going to be doing it in A minor. So here's our A minor. Everybody knows that, okay, well, gosh, here's the arpeggio. But what's going on down here? Oh, should I play 3, 5? Because I'm going to play a pentatonic because the parent key of A minor, sure, it fits into this. But that's not how to actually play it. That's how to play the pentatonic. It's like saying, I'm going to play this when I really wanted to play. You see, it's different. So what we do is we substitute the 5 for the 6, and we do the regular string shape of single notes. G is going to be the only one that has 2 notes, and that's going to be 6 root. So starting on the C shape, we got C goes to G, which is both notes. Okay, G goes to D, which is just still the third. Okay, the A shape is going to be the 6th now. E is going to be root as usual, and then C once again is just going to be the third. So there it is. So say, you don't have to do this all the way up the 6 strings. You can just say, I already know this part because this is my A minor. But what's going on down there? Okay, we're going to start with a C string shape because we're in the C box. C string shape for the minor is going to just be the 3. So it's not going to hit this because it would be up here. So once again, we're going to go C and then to G, which has got both of them. So here's our missing part of the bottom part of that arpeggio. We can play it easy now. This is string shapes individual. C string shapes just the third, G string shapes the 6th and the root, and then we just go into the regular chord arpeggio there. That would also work with our A minor that we're going to play, let's say, in the A box. So we're going to move caged up 1, C goes to A in cage, so why wouldn't A go to C in cage? We're going to have this C-shaped A minor here. But wait a minute, I wanted to go into a D minor here. But I wanted to stay in the A box. I didn't want to go into a different box there. So I want to have a caged bound A minor, the caged bound D-shaped A minor. Okay. So here we have our caged bound D minor shaped A minor here. Okay, which is 6-3 root